look, it's moving.
Discovering sea life at the Fitzgerald Marine Reserve, commonly called MossBeach, is a fun, free, and educational activity that children of all ages enjoy.
You get the chance to touch things and feel things and run around and do things at a young age. It just helps them feel like they can have lots of different interests as they continue to grow.
Make sure you wear a jacket and bring layers when you head down to MossBeach, because even when it's warm inland, it can be chilly and windy down by the tide pools. And make sure you bring good shoes too, since the terrain can get slippery and wet. Here's a tip. Bring an extra pair of socks and shoes for the car ride home, since most likely your feet and your children's feet will get wet while you're exploring the terrain.
This is a place where kids can really start understanding about science. And if it inspires kids to look into science, to take that on as a career, that would be fabulous. Some of the teachers that we have that come in, the professors that come and teach us, came here as teens and got excited and ended up with PhDs in science. So I think it's a pretty inspiring place.
Check the tide pool calendar and plan your visit to MossBeach during low tide. The best time to explore the tide pools is the half hour before and after a low tide, when just enough water is trapped in the tide pools. Of course, even when the tide is in, the San Mateo County coast is a picturesque place to visit. Great things like colorful anemones, algae, sea stars, and crabs are just waiting to be discovered.
And kind of in a bigger picture, what I like to talk about with the kids especially is the fact that this is a complete ecosystem, and what they'll find here is there's no trash. There's no garbage. There's no waste. Everything is, basically it's eat or be eaten. It's be predator or be prey, and you can just look in a tide pool and see that all unfolding, and the kids can really appreciate that, the whole cycle right there in front of them.
Did I mention a family trip to the tide pools at MossBeach is totally free? This is a great coastal outing, educational, beautiful setting, and it's free. Planning a trip to the Fitzgerald Marine Reserve during low tide is definitely something I highly recommend.
You can start as early as you want. I don't think you should feel like there's an age that's too young.
Thanks for joining the Bay Area Baby Beat from the San Mateo County coast. And don't forget your spare socks and shoes when you come to MossBeach.